Good morning, gentlemen. Welcome back to another class. At the end of this video, you should be, or at the end of this class, you should be able to reproduce this camera in isometric projection. Here, I went ahead and drew this camera, and we'll be doing this one live for class. This is pretty simple. It's relatively simple once you understand some basic geometric techniques or some basic AutoCAD command features. Here, sorry, we have a camera here with a cylinder of diameter 50, and the base, which is 15 plus 15, 30 millimeters. We have a knob and a lens adjuster here, and a little piece at the top right here. This piece is at an angle of, here is tapered at an angle of 45 degrees, and a height here of 10 and a width of 30. To draw this shouldn't take us more than about 10 minutes to do. So I'm gonna move this out of the way for a little bit. Enter. So the first thing to do here is to change to your isometric setting. And to do that, you would type Isodraft, Isodraft, I-S-O-D-R-A-F-T, Isodraft, enter. And from the previous video, we have three faces. We have the left face. Hold on Control and press F5 to change between face. You will realize that those two lines are running flat or horizontally. Press the F key again, we change to the right face. It's important to note that the lines are restricted to angles of 30 degrees, and you're only allowed to draw on the selected face. If you try to draw on any other face, you will experience great difficulty, or in some cases, impossible. The next thing that we need to establish is the drawing of a circle, isometric circle. Isometric circle, for that, we use axis N, and you must select isocircle. Very, very important. You must select this one, isocircle, each time. Very, very important. Let's get started. So from what we have here, we have a camera. The base is 50 plus 10, 60 millimeters. The width is 30. So the first thing you have to do is to establish the body for the camera. So we go to line. For that, I need to change to my line command. So I click on that and I type out my construction line. Then I go to line and I left click. Ensure that orthogonal mode is activated. That's very important. So first line is 50 plus 10, 60. So I type 600, enter. I then click, move in this direction to draw this side right here. Move in this direction and I type 30, 30, enter. I then move up, type 60, 60, enter, and I could click here or type close, then enter. So I just draw this face here. My next step is to draw a line here on the left face. But first we need to establish the overall length for this camera. In this case, overall length is 100. So I type click line, then I must change to the left face by hold down Control key, then press F5. and we are now in the left face. I then click my first point, then type 100, enter, and I then up 60, 60, enter, then come back here, left click there, and I have that, enter. I could copy this line, these two lines, or I could change my top face. I'm going to change my top face by, again, hold on Control key and press F5, change to my top face. That allows me to draw on that plane. I then click line, left click here, type 30, 30, enter, left click here, enter, and we close that body. Now, my next step is to draw the isometric, draw this isometric knob right here. And this has a diameter of 10 and a height of 5. We could draw it here, or we could draw it at a separate location and then copy and paste it into where we want it to be. I'm going to draw it at a separate location. So for that, I go to line. Well, not necessarily. All right, I'm going to click, type ellipse, ELL, or click here, then click axis end. Once I click that, my next step is to either click isocircle or type I, left click, then I type the radius that I want. Radius in this case is 5 because the diameter is 10, and I have that. The next step is so we have the base for this, but we want a height for this. This has a thickness of 5. So I'm gonna change from my horizontal, from my top face, either to my right or left face. For that, I hold on Shift key, then press the F5 for that. Next, I'm gonna draw a line, L for line, then click here, then type 50, enter, enter. Oh, sorry, that should be 50, not 50. Line, click on the quadrant here, then 5, enter, enter 2 times. Now I'm gonna copy this from here up to the top. So I click here and I type CO, enter. Then I specify here as my base point. Then I move it up here, then escape. Then I'm gonna copy or redraw this line. So L for line, enter. Click here on this quadrant, click here on the quadrant. Just in case, guys, you're not seeing that quadrant or that little diamond at the end, you type, to correct that or to activate that, type DS for dimension setting, then enter. And ensure that quadrant is tick. If this is not tick, you will not be able to snap onto the 4 corners of the ellipse. So ensure that quadrant is ticked here, all right? If it is not, tick it, then click OK. Now we have that. Our next step is to copy this onto, well, we could clean this up first. So let's use trim, TR, enter, enter. Trim that out, trim this, and trim that. Escape. So we have that, all right? Now, our next step is to move this in place up here. And from the drawing, this is 15 millimeters in on the line right here. So I'm gonna draw a line, change to my top face. I'm gonna draw a line from here. Control 5, click, type 15, enter, enter twice, and have that. So now I'm gonna move this from here from the center here onto the center. So I'm gonna then move M, enter. And you must select, you have two centers, you must select the second center, the center down here, not the top one. Click that and then move it in place here. Remember to deactivate the orthogonal mode. Click that right there, escape, and that is that. So that part is
technical issue just occurred.
huh?
Let me answer some technical issue.
Oh, a glitch or something?
Yes, sir.
What was there a delay? Then please, guys, let me know if there's any delay in the video. All right. All right.
No, sir, upon my end, man.
Okay then.
Okay. You notice somebody like come out and then just come back.
I wouldn't realize. I wouldn't realize because I'm actually, demonstrating. All right. So now we have drawn this one. It's now time for us to draw the. Hold on there, guys. I did something wrong. The diameter for this is 20 and not 10. Yeah, it's 20 and not 10, so we need to redraw that. But that's stay for another time. Now let's move on to this one. This one is 20. This is 20. Let it be 20 as 20 by 20. This is 20 by 20 by 5 high. So I'm gonna draw this at a different location. I'm gonna draw this line on the top face. So I click here, activate orthogonal mode. You must draw using orthogonal mode. Then I type 20, enter. 20, enter. 20, enter. C for close, then enter. Then I'm gonna draw a line from here. Draw a line from here. This line will be used as my baseline, my center line, and this will be 10. 10, enter, enter. So I'll be using that line as my baseline to move that object. Now, my next step is to, in this case, I probably should have used polyline. So once I click, everything is moved. So I'm going to use polyline to probably redraw it using polyline. Polyline, so I'll click here, there, here, there, C.
So what mode do I use? Which mode is of use?
Polyline, this one right here.
No, sir, the mode.
Isodraft. So I'm gonna move. All right, so now I'm gonna copy this upward at a distance of 5 millimeters. So first I must change to my either left or right face. Again, go along Shift key and press F5. And I'm gonna draw a line here, line from this point here, up 5, enter, enter twice, we have our height. Now I'm gonna copy this polyline, CO, enter, specify the base point. I want here to be my base point, and I'm gonna drop that right here, escape. Now I'm gonna trim off all these, I'm gonna copy this first to all 3 corners. So I left click here to copy, then type CO, enter, specify the base point, I click here, I then touch this point, then touch that point, then escape. Now, my next step is to trim out everything inside here. But for this, I should delete that. I could delete that now. Could delete that. Delete. And I don't want this. I don't want that. Delete that. So I now end up with my knob. So for this, I'm going to select all of this. Select this. Select everything here. select everything here. Then type M for move, enter. Specify the base point. The base point is right here. And I'm going to deactivate orthogonal mode for this to allow me to move it in whichever direction I want. I'm going to show you something new. I want this to be 15 millimeters from that point. So I first delay my mouse there, then I move in this direction, delay, then I move, then I type 150. That is called object snap tracking. All right, let me go again. M, enter, specify the base point here. And from here I type, oh, I'm in a 1.5, enter. I'm in a different, let me change to the face, control 5 at one more time to go to the top face. So that could be a factor as well. That has been moved to there. All right, let me draw a line here so as not to cause any problem, but it should be able to work that way. 1.5, enter, enter. And I'm going to select this and type M, enter for move. And I'm going to drop this right here. Escape. Then I'm going to delete these lines as I no longer need them. Delete. I think I probably, this probably is a little bit too large. This one. Probably I should have made that, probably make this one 10 and this one 20. But yeah, realize that this is too large. Yeah, this is too large. What dimension did I use here? Let me check. 15. Oh, I use 15 for that. I use 15 for that. But it's okay. You get the drift. So that's pretty much that for that. So I should have used 15 here instead of 20. And I should have used 20 here instead of that. So that is pretty much that for that. So I made 2 mistakes there. All right, so let us change now. We want to draw the cylinder here for this. So first I'm going to draw a line, and I need to change to my left face. Click here and down, enter. Now I'm gonna type ellipse. I want to draw my first ellipse, so I click here, click axis N. Then I'm gonna type iso circle, or type I. Then click at the midpoint. Then type, that is 50 diameter, so radius is 25. Enter. My next step is to change. Now I'm gonna draw a line out here at a distance of, this is 20. So I need to change face, control 5, line here. So I'm gonna draw a line here from here. Out, engage my orthogonal mode. This is 20, 2, 0, enter, enter. And I'm gonna click this, then copy, C-O, O, enter. Specify the base point of here. Escape. Then I'm gonna draw a line, and I'm gonna copy this line, C-O, C-O, enter. Here as the base point. I'm gonna drop one here and one here. Escape. So that is pretty much that for that. And so now we have those pieces. All we want is this piece right here. You will not be able to generate this in AutoCAD like that because we do not know the dimension for this section right here. So in order to get that, what I did, I draw what I know All right, let me reproduce it here. So the base here is 30. Here is 10. This angle is at 45 degrees. So I go ahead. I draw this in orthographic mode. So for that, you must change back to your regular drawing plane. So ISO draft, type ISODRAFT, enter, orthogonal mode, and then we draw a line. One here, 30, 3, 0, enter, up, 10, 1, 0, enter, enter. Then I draw a line at 45-degree angle. So I go here, then press draw line, tab, 4, 5, enter, enter. Then I draw a line here from this point, enter, enter. So what I want is this distance from here to here. I want this distance. So I have to go through all of that in order to get this distance. I want this distance from here to here. And this works out to be 20 millimeters. Works out to be 20. So now that I know that, I can go ahead and draw up that. So my next step is to draw this. I now want to draw these at a separate location, then insert them into the drawing. So I don't need this anymore. Delete. So I'm going to draw this in isometric. So I go back to ISO draft, ISODRAFT, ISO draft, enter. Select my right, well, let me select right face, yeah. Then I go line. So I first click. This side is 30, 3, 0, enter. Go up 10, 1, 0, enter. Then come back in this direction, 2, 0, enter. Then we snap this onto that, enter. I can then copy, draw a line, change face again, Control 5, draw a line from here. Click here at a distance of 30, 3, 0, enter, enter. Then copy this to it. Then copy. But we need to copy this and that really. Line. CO, enter. Specify the base point, which is here. Then bring that up to there. Escape. Then copy. CO, enter. Specify here as the base point and copy that to there. Copy that to that point. Escape. Then select all of these and move it. M, enter, move it into place. I want midpoint to midpoint here. Deactivate by orthogonal mode. Then I'm going to drop this into the midpoint right here. And that is pretty much there. Now I'm going to trim out the excess inside here. So I go TR, enter, enter. Trim out this, trim that. And that is pretty much that for that. That's pretty much it. All right, so the next step would be to dimension up this figure. And dimensioning in isometric is somewhat different from regular dimensioning. So I'm going to go to dimension, click align, and I'm going to click here and there. Space bar here and there. Wow, well, let me not use there. This point to that point. Space bar here to there, and space bar here to there, right? Notice that these dimensions are there from here to there. All right. So now we want to finish it before the time runs out. Now we need to set up these dimensions properly. You realize that they're not aligned. So to do that, I'm gonna go to annotate, and from annotate, I'm gonna click click on dimension, click dimension, then I'm gonna go to align, go to oblique, yeah. And my next step is to click this, enter, then select the line that I wanted to align with here and there, and that will be straight. For this, I hit spacebar to reactivate, select oblique, select the dimension I want to click, enter, then select this point and that point, and it will align itself with that line that I want. So I hit spacebar to reactivate, oblique, I select this dimension, then enter, and I click this point and that point, and it will align with those basically. This one, spacebar to reactivate, oblique, click this, enter, then select here and there. And we have that. So that's pretty much, I'm not quite sure if I like that there. Now I'll probably bring this down to here and bring this down to there. Escape. So that's basically how you and I can adjust this one up so that both of them are pretty much on the same level. So we then bring this up like that. So that's pretty much how we draw a figure. Now you need to go through and trim up your drawing, trim up the unwanted sections that you don't want, and have it looking like this. Use your outline to brighten up where you want. All right. So yeah, I think you should know how to do that part. We have less than a minute to go. So what I did, I choose the outline layer and I type MA, match property, enter, and I select this line, then I touch all that I want to get them to that thickness. And again, guys, you need to, you know, when you're submitting this drawing, you must submit one with two drawings, one with all the construction lines in one viewport, and one just like this with only dimensions. All right. So remember, you must show your construction work on this,